Chapter 1. Present Day. An overhead fan swished through the afternoon heat above Padre Francis Cadion's head, squeaking once every rotation, but otherwise not a sound disturbed the silence in the small, dimly lit room. A strong smell of lemon oil mixed with pipe smoke lingered in the air. The windows on either side of the ancient desk reached tall and narrow to the ceiling, and cast an amber light across the oak floor. Some described the furnishings as Gothic. Cadion preferred to think of his office as merely atmospheric, which was fitting. He was a man of the church, and the church was all about atmosphere. But the visitor sitting with folded hands in the burgundy guest chair had brought his own atmosphere with him. It spread like an aura of heavy perfume that dispensed with the nostrils and made straight for the spine. The man had been sitting there for less than a minute now, smiling like a banshee, as though he alone knew some great secret, and already Padre Cadion felt oddly out of balance. One of the visitor's legs swung over the other like a hypnotizing pendulum. His blue eyes held their gaze on the priest's, refusing to release the connection. The padre shifted his eyes, reached for his black pipe, and clicked its stem gently along his teeth. The small gesture of habit brought a familiar easiness. A thin tendril of tobacco smoke rose lazily past his bushy eyebrows before meeting wafts of fan air and then scattering. He crossed his legs and realized the moment he had done so that he'd inadvertently matched the visitor's posture. "Relax, Francis. You're seeing things now. He's just a man sitting there. A man not as easily impressed as others, perhaps, but a mere man nonetheless. So then, my friend, you seem to be in good spirits." "Good spirits? And what do you mean by good spirits, Padre?" The man's gentle voice seemed to carry that strange aura with it, the one that had tingled the padre's spine. It was as though their roles had become confused, spun around by that old ceiling fan whacking away up there. Padre Cadion drew at the pipe and released the smoke through his lips. He spoke through the haze. Atmosphere. It was all about atmosphere. "I only meant you seemed to be pretty happy with life, despite your adversity. Nothing more." "Adversity?" The man's left brow arched. The smile below his blue eyes broadened slightly. "Adversity is a relative term, isn't it? It seems to me that if someone is happy, as you say, his circumstances cannot be adequately described as adverse, no?" Cadion wasn't sure if the man actually wanted an answer. The question felt more like a reprimand, as if this man had risen above mere happiness and now schooled those foolish mortals who still struggled with the simple pursuit of it. "But you are right. I am in very good spirits," the man said. Cadion cleared his throat and smiled. "Yes, I can see that." Thing of it was, this man was not just happy. He literally seemed thrilled with whatever had gotten under his skin. Not drugs, surely not. The visitor sat there cross-legged, staring at him with those deep blue eyes, wearing an inviting smile. Daring him, it seemed. "Come on, Padre, do your thing. Tell me about God. Tell me about goodness and happiness, and about how nothing really matters but knowing God. Tell me, baby, tell me." The priest felt a small, nervous grin cross his face. That was the other thing about this man's brand of happiness. It seemed infectious, if a tad presumptuous. Either way, the man was waiting, and Cadion could not just sit there forever contemplating matters. He owed this man something. He was, after all, a man of God, employed to shed light, or at least to point the way to the light switch. "Being certain of one's place in life does indeed bring one happiness," Cadion said. "I knew you could understand, Padre. You have no idea how good it is to speak to someone who really understands. Sometimes I feel like I'm ready to burst, and no one around me understands. You do understand, don't you?"